do in Bressenham's line algorithm? Basically, we basically check the approximation in the Bressenham's line algorithm so that it will find the next point of that particular object. Or if you are drawing a line, as to draw a line, we require 2 points, right? For that, it first takes the approximation, the approximation for which the line can be drawn. It will take the approximation and then find the next point with the help of which the line can be drawn. This is what the basic Bressenham's line algorithm is. We use Bressenham's line algorithm so that we can detect some points which are approximate to the next point and then draw a slope with respect to that point. So let's see how this Bressenham's algorithm works with respect to computer graphics in OpenGL, how it is being coded. The theory part, whatever in the code in the program, we'll check out how Bressenham's algorithm works here. So first, what is the procedure? Can someone tell? I guess there are some steps, right, in Bressenham's line algorithm. Can someone read out the points which I have listed there? What is the first step in Bressenham's line algorithm? No, you have not noted down.
So calculation of delta x and delta y.
Yeah. What can I tell that what delta x and delta y are?
Coordinates.
Yeah, x and y coordinates. How to calculate delta x as well as delta y? By taking the differentiation between the coordinates of x as well as y. Then what is the second step?
Decision parameter calculation.
Yeah, that is nothing but p, right?
PKS.
Yeah, pk. Decision parameter calculation. First is I'll calculate the delta x as well as delta y. With the help of delta x as well as delta y, I will calculate the decision parameter, which is nothing but p or pk. What is the next step? That's all. Only two steps in Bressenham's line algorithm. Calculation of decision parameter. That's all.
Then it is to find the next point. That
With
is
respect to some,
PD.
yeah, with respect to some formulas. So let's see how to do that. First, as everyone know, in the program starts its execution with main. So let's see the main function first. Then I will define what are these functions defined here. First, it will check out the main function. Once the control comes to the main function, it will check out the first statement. It is printf statement. This printf statement tells you what you are doing. This just displays the message you are doing Bressenham's line drawing algorithm onto the display screen. That is nothing but your window. Then once the control comes here, it will ask the user to enter the starting vertex, the value of x1 comma y1. Suppose you will enter some value such as 200 as well as 300 for example. This is the uh, uh, user defined function. That is the control asks the user to enter these two values by scanf. You are reading the value from the keyboard x1 as well as y1. Then again it will the starting vertices has been asked. You need end vertices too, so we'll print the end vertices. Then I will initialize the glut function. That is nothing but glut init, that is init function. Why do we use init function, that is glut init? Here, the initialization of glut library is done in glut init function. With the help of this, I will just initialize the glut library there. Then next, we'll move on to the display function, where why glut init display mode is done for setting up the display mode of the particular window there. What is the mode of the window? Glut init display mode. here in the mode, as I told you, as I have explained in the previous program, basically you have two parameters. If in this parameter, basically it tells what is the display mode, how many displays you want. In the first parameter, you are defining if there is only single display to be set there with respect to color RGB, with respect to which library, GLUT library there. Then you are displaying there, you are telling this system to give the window size as 400 as well as 400, where it will set the window size with respect to height, I can tell length or breadth, or you can say width as well as height there. Then I want to set some position of the window. How the position of the window is set? With the help of which function? GLUT init window position. The window position, if I give 200 comma 200, this window position is set to the upper left of the screen. It comes somewhere here, upper left, for your towards your left side. Then I will rename the window size, that is nothing but Bresenham's line algorithm. Then after renaming that, to display this function onto the screen, that is name function. Then I will call the init function. What init function does? What init function does? What init function does? Can someone tell? No. If I call this init function, basically whatever the graphics which are being you have called here, these are being displayed onto this screen. Whatever the functions you have defined here or the printf statements, it is being displayed onto the screen. Then I'll call the display function. Why GLUT display function is used? GLUT display functions, it is basically tells you put the program into a loop before yeah, GLUT main loop tells everything to put in a loop, and where tells the system display system to wait, whereas GLUT display functions tells you the whole program is being put into a callback function. Once I call this GLUT display function of display, it will move on to the display function. Before moving on to the display function, we will move on to the some functions which are being called before main functions. Once the main function is done, it will move on to the init function which is being called here. As I told, this is a function which is being called so that all the graphics is being displayed onto the window. Once this control comes here, this goes to the main function where this init is being called. That is nothing but callback function is happening there. Here in init function, before init function, I have defined some variables called x1, y1, x2, y2 because I am using these variables in the program. Then control comes here where init function is being called. It will just shift to the init function. Here the init function is being defined. Once the control sets to comes to this function, it will go to the init function where it is being defined. I can tell this function as a callback function. Here the callback function is being called. Then once it comes to the init function, it will set the background color, type of projections, it will load the matrices, and then it will specify what kind of action to be taken in the init function. First, it will call GL clear color. What this function does, it basically specifies the clear value for the color buffer where the color is being stored. What is the value? What is the color here? It is being defining. It will define the background color as green. I guess some of them have executed this program. You have got the green color right into your background color. You have got green. So with the help of this function, you are setting the background color to green. Then matrix mode, GL matrix mode, GL projection. This is with the help of this function. I am telling what type of projection, what kind of transformation you are performing here, what kind of entity you are passing on to the program. That is nothing but you are using projections kind. Point to point connection is a kind of projection, right? So I'll be calling this function here. Then with the help of GL load identity, I will load the identity matrix to the code. And then what does GL ortho 2D? 2D basically tells you are specifying a 2D object to the display screen. You are displaying a 2D object with these dimensions. Basically, GLU ortho 2D, it tells you to multiply a matrix by an orthographic matrix. in the initial stage, identity matrix is being defaultly stored in the program. With the help of this function, you are telling there is a 2D graphic which is to be displayed with respect to these parameters, where the identity matrix is being replaced to orthographic matrix in the program. These two functions basically works defaultly in the program. Then now void my init function is being done. Then next, after executing the init function, the program comes to the next function. It is calling set pixel of this particular with some parameters. Let's see where is set pixels. Okay. Yeah. Which function was called next? Void. The next function was void set pixel. Now the control goes directly to this function there. First, what was the loop? First, it will execute the main function. After executing the main function, as there is a callback function for init, it will go to the init function. After init function, the next function which is being set here is set pixel. So let's see what is the next function, set pixel. What does it do? In set pixel function, here it has been defined. Where is the function? Void display line. Yeah, here it is being defined, set pixel function. This is the function which is being called there. So once the control finds out the set pixel function, it will directly jump to this function. There are two parameters which are being defined in the above statement. Those parameters are defined as x coordinate as well as y coordinates with respect to axes, which are of type integer with respect to GLUT library, not GLUT library, GL library. In this function, I am defining GL color 3F. What does GL color 3F does? It basically set the pixel color, the pixel color of the particular object to be set to RGB, where the pixel color should be red with respect to three. As I am defining three parameters here, three arguments or parameters here. I will give it as three, which are of type floating point value. Then, as I told, in every a function where there needs to be a vertex to be called with respect to some coordinates, it should start from GL begin as well as GL end. I'm defining the type of primitive here, which is of type points. I want to display the points there before drawing a line. Then I will define GL vertex 2 either with the, so that it will display the XY coordinates with respect to the points. I'll end the function which basically executes all OpenGL functions, which it tries as possible as to execute that function, and then I will give the GL flush function, which basically forces execution of OpenGL functions and then put it to finite time. This keeps on repeating there. Once this is done, it will go to the next function, which has been called in the before the main program, which is the next function. There they have defined two functions, which is nothing but line Bresenham's 1 as well as line Bresenham's 2. After that, it will directly go to the display function. First, let's see what here in these two functions, that is nothing but line Bresen 1 as well as 2, it basically tells all the conditions here. Whatever you need to check out here, it will, all the working of the program goes on in these two functions, then directly it will display the output onto the screen. So let's see what line Bresenham's first function does. As the comment line shows, it is a Bresenham's line drawing procedure for m less than 1.0. As there is some condition, right, for the slope. If the slope is so and so, what should happen? If the condition met here, this function is being executed. So how this function works? I have called a function called linebres L1, which has parameters. What are these parameters? X0, Y0, X and Y0. That is nothing but the point values. Point values which have been defined of type integer as well as float. You need to remember what type of what type of parameter you are giving, or is it of integer or is it of floating point. So you need to remember that and then check out. As similarly, I have defined the points x0, y0, x and xn, yn, and then m. M is defined as slope, which is nothing but of type float there. Then, as told from someone from the class, first you need to define delta x as well as delta y, and then I need to calculate decision parameter p. How delta x is being calculated? I will calculate delta x by, if I take delta x, that is nothing but x naught minus x1 or xn minus x naught, the end coordinate to minus the initial coordinate. So I can define it as, I'm taking absolute value. What does ABS mean? It tells you that absolute value of the point. Suppose if I am giving some double value to both the equations, but the delta x value should be integer. Suppose it will give the integer value to the delta x value. So I'm using absolute point here. I'll define the differentiation between the endpoint as well as the initial point. I'll calculate both the parameters delta x as well as delta y. Then the next step, as told, I need to calculate the decision parameter p. I'll calculate p with this formula 2 into dy minus dx, as these values are known. Then how to calculate 2 dy? 2 dy, there is one parameter called 2 dy which we'll be using in the program. I'll calculate 2 dy, which is given by 2 into dy. The same which you have defined here is being put into the formula there. Then similarly, I will define one more function, 2 dy minus 2 dx. That is nothing but the same function, the differentiation between those parameters multiplied by 2. Then I will initialize some parameters with some value. That is, I will define x is equals to x naught and y is equals to y naught, which basically determines what kind of point to be used in the starting position. This whole thing this whole thing basically executes first, then it will check for the condition. As I know x as well as y, which are being given value as x naught and y naught. Now let's determine which point is to be used in the starting position. If you got the first point, let's see what kind of point you are using there. Suppose if x naught, that is nothing but x, if it is greater than xn, that is nothing but this value, whatever we have got, the end point of x coordinate. If such the case, I will get it is being assigned to these values. The x value will be the xn value, this value, and y value will be the y coordinates, yn value. Now xn, whatever the xn you have got this, I'll assign it to x naught there. If such the case, if this is not true, if x naught is not greater than xn, these functions are executed. That is nothing but x will be assigned to x naught, y will be assigned to y naught. Then set pixel of x comma y is being called. That again, this function, the whole program will go to the set pixel function, which I had explained before. Then after you got this, if this condition is met, it will again check for another condition while x is less than x, and if checks for both the condition, if it is greater than or if it is lesser than. If this condition is met while x is lesser than x, and it keeps on incrementing the x value and check if the decision parameter condition, if the decision parameter is lesser than 0, it will add up for the decision parameter p is equals to p plus 2 dy. This value we have calculated already, which is nothing but 2 star dy here. Else, if this is not true, it will check if the slope is lesser than 0 and start decrementing the slope value with respect to y coordinate, that is y minus minus. Here the decrement value of y coordinate is done there. If suppose this slope is not lesser than 0, it will increment the y value, and the decision parameter is being incremented by the formula p is equals to p plus 2 dy minus dx. What is 2 dy minus dx? I have calculated already. 2 dy minus dx is 2 into dy minus dx. So this value is put on there and calculated. Now I got the value of p. Then again it will check out the set pixel function, which is being displayed there. So this is the function for which if the slope value is lesser than 1. What if the slope value is greater than or equal to 1? So this whole function is being executed. Similar to that of previous function, if the slope value is greater than or equal to 1.0, this whole main function, this whole function is being called, which is named as line breast GE1, where it has parameters of type integer as well as float, similar to that of previous function x naught, y naught, x end as well as y end with respect to the slope, which is of type float. Similar to that of, I'll calculate all the differentiation between the coordinates delta x delta y, and then decision parameter 2 dx 2 dy minus 2 dx minus dy. I'll calculate this, and then assumption is done there. Then again, similar to that, if this condition is met, I will check to what kind of point to be used in the starting position. Then first I will check if y naught is greater than yn. If so and so, this whole terms is being executed, else it will assign x and y to x naught as well as y naught. Then again it will move on to the set pixel function, which is being defined. Then again it will check if y is lesser than yn. It will start incrementing the y value. If the decision parameter value is lesser than 0, it will evaluate the formula, or else it will check for this if slope is lesser than 0. If suppose the slope is lesser than 0, it will decrement the x coordinate point, else it will increment and display you the decision parameter with this formula, and then go to set pixel function again. Then after this, what is the next function remaining? We need to go to the display function. Once the whole evaluation is done, it will go to the display function. So where is the display function? Here is the display function. I'll use GL clear. Why GL clear is used? This function basically clears the buffers to the preset values. If the buffer is been set to some value, it will preset the value of that particular buffer, where the point size as well as the point colors is been defined there. I will define the slope here, where slope is so and so. We got this in the previous function, where the computation of slope is done there. This, why is this called here? So that the function is based on value of the slope. Once you get the slope, now you are ready to draw the slope onto the screen. Then again it will check out the function there. If this slope value is greater than or equal to 1, if this is true, it will just print the slope of this line with respect to x1 y1 x2 and y2 with respect to some coordinate with respect to xy plane. Else, if this is not true, if this is lesser than or equal to 1, it will print the second slope of your program. So once you execute the whole program, a slope is being defined onto the screen. So this is a procedure how the program, the Bressenhans line algorithm program works there. So let's see the execution. I have inserted the snapshot of the output. Once the program is done, once the display function is called, everything goes on normally. Then you will compile the program there. Once compilation is done, it will directly execute all the functions which are being defined there, and it will check out the void display function. Once the void display function is done, if there are no errors in that, it won't show any errors. If you don't have any errors, if there are errors with respect to some libraries, those errors are being displayed here once the compilation is done. After the compilation is done, if you want to check the output, you will execute this command. After doing this, as I told, first the printf statement is done. Once the main functions statements are printed, then it will directly go to the algorithm part. That are nothing but two algorithms. Then it will display the line onto the screen. This basically depends on which function is being correct there. In the void display function, check in the void display function what it is giving. In the void display function, if this slope value is greater than 1, this slope is being defined there. Else, if the slope is lesser than 1, this slope is defined onto the screen. So this is the output of your program. In your some of them had doubts. You were not getting proper output. You are getting some library definition errors there. So do remember this. Someone, you are just copy pasting the internet compilation code, which is wrong, which won't work in Ubuntu. Because there are some libraries they have installed, so they will be using some command gcc -o program name.c so and so. But throughout your semester, if you are executing the computer graphics programs, you need to remember this code: GCC program name dot C minus small l GLUT. This is in smaller letter, space minus small l capital GLU, space minus small l capital GL. So this is the compilation command of your program. Once the compilation is done, if you want to check out the output of the program, this is the command, and your output is being displayed onto the screen.